So first of all, I'd like to echo what both I think Fairway and John Keel said. Thank you to Lanka Property Web. This opportunity is absolutely fantastic. I'd also like to thank Ashin and Roshanara. I think those were two very informative presentations. As an industry, it's always very nice and exciting to see new developments take flight. So to hear what is happening at Vauxhall District is exciting to say the least. And of course, from a very personal point of view, it's lovely to see Latitude coming along as well. Now, can we take a moment to look around the room? Because if you look around, you will see that what has brought us together here today is a shared mindset. We're not just looking at or selling property. We're here all really looking for an opportunity. So I would like to take this opportunity to do something a little different by not talking about my project to begin with as much, maybe. Okay? Now, before my team calls for the straitjacket, this is also because I honestly believe the project speaks for itself.
Treat the partnership between Polar and Marina as a marriage between two individuals. So we both are bringing equal set of values, equal set of aesthetics, equal set of contribution, equal set of sustainability to each other, so that the union is beautiful for the people to see out there. That is what our commitment is to Sri Lanka, to the market and to the people out here, and that is what we believe Marina stand out as well. With the kind of quality of product they are going to have in the end is going to be, if not the best, it is the best in Sri Lanka for many years to come. So we are very confident that this association would be a showcase for us and Marina together for Sri Lanka market. It is going to be one of the key marquee projects for this community, for this area and for the years to come.
And we believe this is going to be a start for Kolar in Sri Lanka. We have done several projects, but the experience we had with Marina has been the best till date.
Let me tell you why I want to take a different approach. Now, I think today, more so than ever, we are faced with how volatile the world we live in today is. And in times like this, it becomes very important to understand the value the property value of what we are investing in. So I would like to look at how property values have actually grown over the years. Because whether you're buying as an investment or for residential purposes, one thing ultimately always matters, and that is how your property holds value and appreciates over time. So we sat down and we looked at a very simple question that we asked ourselves. What has historically driven land value growth in Colombo? And we found that there were three key drivers of land value growth. So the first is infrastructure-led growth. So now we found that Kottava was a very interesting story when it came looking at infrastructure-led growth. With the introduction of the expressway connectivity, land values in the area increased by a whopping 81% over a period of just 3 years, proving that connectivity has the power to lead rapid transformation in an area. Moving on to the second one, we looked at the expansion of the central business district. Now, as cities grow, we've seen that commercial activity does not stay confined, but instead it expands outwards. Now, Slave Island experienced this to the extent that it shrugged off its Slave Island moniker, fully embraced its identity as Colombo 2, and became one of the most sought-after places for both premium, commercial, and residential demand. Over roughly a 10-year period, land values increased by approximately 3 to 6 times in the location as a result. Moving on to the third driver, urban spillover. As cities grow and infrastructure improves, areas surrounding these improvements begin to absorb demand. A strong example of this is, I think, Rajagiriya, which saw land values increase approximately 5 to 8 times over the same 10-year period that we just discussed, driven by proximity to the administrative belt, accessibility, and increasing residential demand. I can see the guys from Fairway nodding here. They probably know better than all of us what happened in Rajagiriya. So, these are the patterns of the past and obviously the indicators of the future. Connectivity transforms peripheral locations. As Colombo expands, the adjacent zones will absorb value. Central business district locations command long-term value every day. So then, the most powerful investments sit where all these three converge, and that is where we find ourselves at Marina Square, Uptown Colombo today, which, as we all know, is where the financial and commercial hub of the country is set to move in time to come. Provision for an entrance and exit to the port access elevated highway sits just 400 meters from the project, and keep in mind that this means you will have access to the entire highway network of the country within minutes. So, with strong connectivity, visible development around the area, and clear signs of growth already happening, we sit right in the natural path of Colombo's next growth phase. But let's be honest. Though everyone talks about location, that's not the only thing anymore. For most people, buyers are looking for more than that. They're looking beyond this at lifestyle. Because a home today isn't just about where you stay. It's about how you live. So, we've taken this into account, and we have one of the largest ranges of common amenities offered in close proximity to Colombo 1. Infinity pools overlooking the harbor, 2 acres of open-to-sky garden, which is a rarity so close to the city, gyms, mini theaters, camping, even a pickleball court now, and a multitude of social areas where people can actually relax, meet, and spend time while enriching their lifestyle. Daham, I'm not sure, I can't spot you, but I think we're keeping in your theme of, everything under one roof. But, again, far more important, I think, is who is behind the project. Marina Square is developed and built by Axis Engineering PLC. Axis Engineering, now, while we know the contribution they have made to the country's infrastructure, what might be a little less known is that from a construction standpoint, they have played roles in a number of marquee projects in the country in some way or the other. From Shangri-La to ITC to Cinnamon Life to our very own Capitol Heights, their quality and commitment has been trusted by these industry benchmark products. It is this same quality and execution that we have poured into Marina Square, bringing together brand partnerships from world-renowned brands, ranging from Hacker kitchens to Kohler bathroom accessories, Beko kitchen appliances, Yale digital door locks, Panasonic ACs, and TKE elevators, to name a few. We've also incorporated advanced construction practices like building information modeling. While its use is very prevalent overseas, this is the first time it has been used in a residential project in Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, I don't have time to cover exactly what that is, but please come and talk to us and we'd be happy to explain. Now, here's the thing. Every developer here, I think, will agree with me that skepticism of the industry as a whole is one of our biggest challenges. The roads of Colombo are peppered with stark reminders and cautionary tales of the complexities and risks that come with investing in property. Now, the true luxury today has come to be certainty. And in light of that, I bring to you the fact that I remind you that when you invest in a completed project, your construction risk is zero. We've just covered that with MSQ, your developer risk is also zero because you're investing in an ethically sound, financially stable developer. Quality risk. You've seen the brands. I'm not relying on vague promises of European standard brands or any such thing. We've given you the brands and you can see them for yourself even at our stall here today. Along the same lines, your speculation risk is also zero. You need not rely on renders or artistic impressions. We've all faced the downfall of having to rely on these. In the cases with projects under construction, you can walk the layouts, feel the space, see the views, and know exactly what you are investing in. Now, we've heard the horror stories about buildings that were not built to code or developers that have cut corners. We have received COC for the full project as of today, and we assure you that all regulatory compliance is complete. Now, here's the paradox. Normally, when it comes to a completed project, your financial risk is probably the highest. That is because you would be required to pay large amounts in down payments. We are mitigating that risk for you by also offering you extended payment plans. Now, this is our promise of zero-risk luxury, where we are combining the aspirations and lifestyle of luxury living with the confidence that you, the investor, are increasingly looking for. Before I wrap up, I'd like to remind you about touch on a couple of things. Our pricing is still below prime Colombo pricing. We're priced starting at just 70,000 rupees per square foot, and we're located just 2 kilometers from Colombo 1 and Port City. 2 kilometers to the south, they'd be asking you to pay over 100,000 rupees a square foot, and this for ongoing projects. The growth in the area is not purely speculative, as we have shown to you today. Unlike early stage projects or developments in the suburbs, nor is it saturated like other Colombo premium locations. Because ultimately, the greatest returns are not created after a location becomes premium, but just before it gets there. So, the question, I think, is not whether North Colombo will grow. History shows us very clearly that it will. The real question is, at what point will you enter that growth? I'll leave you with that. Thank you.